Meant for an adult audience. LoveLine may contain sexually oriented content. Listener discretion is advised.
LoveLine with Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew.
Well, almost. It is LoveLine. The phone number here is LOVE191. This is Dr. Drew. Adam Carolla had an operation today, and I know you all heard him say that he'd be in tonight, but no effing way. I went and visited him at the hospital today, and he was pale, pasty, whiny, doing okay, but sick as hell, having just had a surgery. And so I have the great good fortune of having with me tonight, filling in for him, Nicole Alvarez from Kroq here in Los Angeles. And Nicole will be a breath of fresh air. In fact, do you box?
Do you want to?
Because if you box, maybe when he comes in here, you can just...
I do. Actually, my father was a boxing promoter, so growing up, he would take me to gyms, and I can throw a hell of a mean...
Would you take care of that man if he decides to come back in?
I've asked you several times if you are opposed to my one day meeting him in the hallway and just knocking him the hell out for the sake of us all. See,
Nicole has to cross Adam. See, Nicole in Los Angeles does the show just ahead of ours oftentimes, and Adam sort of mistreats her. Well, we shouldn't.
He doesn't treat me at all.
Yeah, you're right. Well,
which is even worse.
Yeah, those of you who've ever met Adam can understand exactly what I'm talking about. But we shouldn't disparage him tonight. He's defenseless. He's on his back. He's had both hernias
He's on his
operated
ass.
on.
Exactly where he belongs.
We actually had a very fun experience with him. My neighbor and a friend of mine who's a anesthesiologist was there doing his anesthesia, and he's actually a Jamaican, but he looks African American. And the guy ran and grabbed me in the hall, and he goes, "Hey, your friend Carolla here just says you moved out of our neighborhood because there are black people living there." And I was like, "What?" And Adam now medicated. I go in there. I go, "What do you?" And Adam goes, "Well, it's uncomfortable." And I didn't. Well, I said, you didn't like how the neighborhood was going, and so, you had to move out. So,
you know what, though? Unfortunately, he's an ass of Olympic-sized proportions, but he's talented, and I enjoy his rants and raves. So with that said, I would like to introduce our guest today, Melissa Auf Der Maur. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to give her a round of...
Good evening.
How are you doing, Melissa?
Where's my laugh track?
It's in there somewhere.
Good. I'm pretty good.
Well, thank you for joining us, first of all.
Thank you for having me.
You did your in-store at Amoeba today. How'd that go?
I did. It was wonderful. And I just now on the way here, I realized that's a free show. People can come see free shows. How fun.
Yeah.
It was really good. Lots of really, really good, smiley people who like rock music.
Another thing you have to, congratulations on the fact that you're free. And you're free. You're finally on her own, Dr. Drew.
Agent, yes.
Here's the thing. She spent 5 years, was it, with Hole?
That's right.
And then she played with the Smashing Pumpkins, both of which are bands that were led by very
strong personalities.
Strong personalities. Mm-hmm. Thank you for the safety net. I appreciate it. So you were just there because you love to play music. Yet the roller coaster ride, it's safe to say, kept you on your toes?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, it defined me entirely. Those are my big training formative years. Instead of going to college, I went to Hole.
You went to the college. You went to the College of Life.
Your last
That was just for you, Melissa. Now, branching out on your own, is it a breath of fresh air, or are you still kind of looking around for that strong? Are you waiting for somebody to come in and just be a fruitcake?
Whoa, what?
Okay.
Fruitcake, music, independence, which way, and trying to understand. But good question. I know it is a big relief. I feel like I officially graduated. Like, I feel like I literally did my studies, and then now I am the captain of my own ship. I am the master of my destiny. I'm very relieved.
Nicole knew a lot about you, and she was anxious to be with you.
Yeah. You've got a lot of history, and the cool thing is, when I was reading about your album, one thing that you said is no matter who you played with, even in this album, you've always been present in your music, so that's always been the driving force. And then you got to choose a lot of... Well, I'll show it to you if you want.
I talk a lot, so I'm trying to...
Your record label actually gave me that little bit of info, and then you got to choose your friends or people that you musically respect for this album.
Right. Well, the actual overall spirit of the album was I was self-financing it, and I literally wanted to make my dream record, meaning with whoever, wherever, however, and I'm only answering to my heart. I'm not answering to anything. I'm not answering to money or musical goals, even just who I love, what I love, and when I want.
Do you live in Los Angeles?
No. Do I live here? No. I'm back up in Canada. I'm from the East Coast anyhow. But no, I did make the majority of the record here, though, because this is where the studios and where the people are. So
was self-financing it a huge deal for you as far as this? It's part of
it was a horrible business move.
Yeah, really.
It was really good for the music, though.
Then that's what it's all about.
Absolutely. Creative freedom all the way, and that's what I wanted. Yeah.
Well, congratulations on your freedom. I'm very excited for you because it's getting rave reviews, and B, I've always been a big fan of yours. You've always been just very kind of in the background, but the music. You're a badass. Did you know that?
I just love my bass. I realize, like, every day when I meet people, I'm like, I love bass. I love bass. I realize the bass is my best friend. It has brought me all over the world. It's like my magic carpet that I get to go everywhere, anywhere, all because of this relationship I have with this instrument, which is really just the channeling of this bigger thing, this infinite universe of music that we're all so lucky, whether you're playing bass or working at a radio station, to have in our lives. I mean, music is absolutely a gift from above.
Well, we're going to take some calls, and I just realized that this show is usually overburdened by testosterone, but tonight we have 4 X chromosomes against my one.
But so what happened?
My one
Explain to me what the usual scenario is
Adam
here.
Carolla has a hernia, had a hernia because it is no longer a problem. Is it, Dr. Drew?
He had a hernia operation.
Yes, so it's usually
Repair.
male
So it's
infused in here. And so now, not only do they have
Right.
myself.
So are you replacing or
Yeah.
you're
I'm
visiting?
I work at
Okay.
K-Rock, so I'm just
Okay.
sitting in for Adam, and then we have you, so Dr.
Okay.
Drew gets the pleasure of working with
Right,
some
and you're the
estrogen.
mellow one anyhow, right?
Normally he accused me of having excessive estrogen in my veins anyway.
Okay, right. So
we'll
you're
see how
like the
this goes. I've gotta-
sensitive one, and the other one's the meanie.
My balls hurt, they'll never heal.
That's what he sings tonight. This is now, we'll go to calls. Brittany, who's 17. Brittany?
Hello.
Hey there.
Yeah, I had a question. I've been with my boyfriend for about a month and a half, and from a relationship he was in previously, he got genital warts.
Brittany, we can't really hear you. Speak up. Speak right into the phone,
Project,
too.
my dear, project.
Here we go.
Okay. I've been in a
Break it down.
relationship with my boyfriend for about
Yep.
a month and a half,
Yep.
and he was in a relationship, and he had got genital warts.
Yep.
And we've had sex a couple times unprotected, and I was wondering if it was a possibility that I could get it.
Guaranteed. If you-
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Guaranteed.
I'm not even board certified in life like Dr. Drew, but that was just a stupid move.
Yeah, it's on his skin, and when his skin contacts the vaginal lining, you get it instantaneously.
Oh yeah, safe sex for everybody, please.
Yeah. Okay?
So does that mean I have it?
That means you have it. That means you might be able to infect other people with it. You have to be careful because the kinds of wart virus that tend to persist, the ones that cause the warts and the ones you have visible warts that don't seem to go away, are the ones that are also associated with cervical cancer. So here's the important message for you. You are sexually active now. You probably, in all likelihood, have the wart virus. Time to get pelvic exams at least every year so you can make sure this doesn't convert into a cancer. This is John, 21. John.
Hey, baby John. Are you there?
He's gone,
You know,
John.
he seems to be gone, but we have a phone problem where the phone kind of blanks out, so we got to be a little bit. He's gone. Okay.
Bye, John.
Bye, John. This
Yeah.
is Natalie. 18.
Hi.
Natalie,
Yes.
go right
Hello?
ahead. Hey there.
Hello?
Hey.
Hello, we got the hello part. Hi, Natalie. How you doing? What's the problem?
Pretty good.
All right, what's up, dear?
I have a question about spotting and
Yes.
stuff because
You've come tonight. You've come to the right place.
Yes.
good. I'm glad there's a couple of chicks, and even though I do miss Adam, I'm glad there are some chicks for reference.
Hallelujah.
The last 3 or 4 periods I've had, there were only a couple of weeks in between them. And sometimes, and I think even once, there was only like 1 week in between.
So you're having frequent and irregular
yeah.
periods. Yeah. And are you on the pill?
No. I'm
Are
not
you
on the pill or the patch or anything.
Are you on any medication?
No.
Well, that can be a lot of different things. That's not spotting. That's mid-cycle bleeding, and that's
Oh,
irregular
okay.
periods. And spotting is when you have a normal cycle, but somewhere in the middle there you kind of have a few dots here and there that you
Oh,
don't
okay.
expect. But this is really very irregular periods, and they can be pregnancy can do that, believe it or not.
That's what I was calling about, because I don't know if it might be that I'm pregnant and I'm getting this
Yeah,
weird
you should
bleeding.
check it
Get a
out because
test.
bleeding when you think you might be pregnant is considered a tubal pregnancy until proven otherwise.
Yeah, and have you had relations without a condom? I mean, is there reason to believe you're pregnant first?
Yeah,
Let's just knock that out of the way.
I'm in a very monogamous relationship right now, so we aren't really.
The answer to your question, Nicole, is yes. She's having sex.
Basically, you're having the
unprotected.
boom boom. Okay, with no little
Yeah.
Jimmy hat. Okay, gotcha.
Go get checked out, Natalie. It's very important. There's a real probability this could be a pregnancy and possibly a tubal pregnancy, and that's kind of a serious thing. So this is Nicole, 23.
Everybody's getting scared. I hate it.
We'll make it easier for them.
Nicole.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm 23, and since when I was 42.
And who's 42?
Wait. Okay,
Always.
can we just start over from the beginning in English?
You're 23.
You're 23. Your lover is 42.
Uh-huh.
Okay, we
My
got it.
lover. What, ladies? just dig into your soul.
Are you going to ask the lover question?
Yeah. What makes someone? What does it mean? So we try to in love. We try to interpret people's behaviors and voices and how they make us feel. When a woman starts out with, "Well, my lover is 42," what the hell is she saying? What motivates her to say that?
The relationship is based on the romantic versus my partner or my husband. She's emphasizing the romance part.
Well, here's what...
She's got the romantic chromosome, probably in overabundance of it.
Let's not step back and stay in the wishful world that she's in and look at the real world and say, what does that mean about that relationship?
I don't think it's ever...
That means the guy is just using her or he's married or something?
I don't think lover is good.
And she's trying to make it into something more than it is?
I think my lover means somebody else's husband, the guy that I sleep with.
So,
but that's I'm a little cynical.
She's trying to put a spin on it.
Or it's just a healthy, casual, intimate relationship.
How old is your lover?
42.
42. Twice her age. 42. He's 23. And so, are any of the things we're surmising about him accurate?
Yeah.
There we go.
Okay. Now the question of the moment would be?
Takes all kinds.
Well, actually, I am in love with him, but I didn't know his age until 8 months after we started dating.
Yeah. Well, let's call him the a-hole that I date then instead of my lover.
I like that.
The a-hole I see. That's a little more realistic.
But wait, are you saying he is married?
No, he's not. His fiance that he was engaged to passed away.
Oh.
Yeah.
God, I'm going straight to hell.
Are you dating Scott Peterson?
I'm sorry?
Nothing.
Never mind. It's off-color humor, courtesy of K-Rock. Okay.
But so are you asking if the age is a problem?
Well, it wasn't a problem to me until he had a newborn son all of a sudden rise up.
Yeah, okay. So the a-hole who I'm dating, the question is...
Newborn son that just
the a-hole I see and sleep with, and the question is...
I still want to be with him, but I'm not sure if it's really something I should do.
No.
No.
Let's be real clear. Vote, ladies. Chris, vote,
no.
yes or no?
Chris Perez. You of little words.
Chris.
Engineer Chris of little words.
Says...
I was drinking my coffee.
Yes, no.
I would have to hear more details, and I know we don't have time for it. I first of all, I don't think the age is a problem. And if this is a child from a very serious other relationship that he's having parallel to yours,
it wasn't a serious relationship. He just said that it was.
That's good.
Booty.
But, okay, well, no, that's a little odd that he has a child that came out of nowhere.
Really quickly, because he had a fiance who passed away, and then all of a sudden he has a newborn child, and I'm just confused.
Right.
So no.
Yeah.
Okay.
There might be a problem.
Hole.
And also, if you have usual patterns of a-holes, then probably this could be another. So.
There you go. Melissa.
One more time in unison. No.
A-hole.
A-hole,
but,
no.
Melissa, this is exactly the point. If you are a trauma survivor and you have a history of reenacting disruptive or dysfunctional relationships, and this is yet another one, just take a good look at it. And the one variable in all of this that can be changed is Nicole. Not Nicole Alvarez, Nicole the caller. And how about looking at that a little bit? Laurel, 13.
Hi.
Hey, Laurel.
Hey.
Oh my God, I love you guys. Just to let you know.
Oh my God, that's
like
great.
every night, and you guys are awesome. But I was diagnosed with like bipolar.
Hey, Laurel, I'm gonna stop you for a second. Don't you think it's probably a good thing that Adam's in here tonight, given that you've got like a television blaring in the background?
Yeah, and
You know, if you listen every
television.
night. What
there
is it?
Is it the radio?
No television.
Radio, what is it?
It's a CD. Okay, hold on. I will
Dr. Dre
turn it
didn't
off.
tell you the voices in my head tend to be a little loud.
Off. Laurel, if Adam had been here, he would have hung up on you instantly just for that transgression. You know that about him. You listen.
Don't listen to music.
So
it's
because
bad.
He's not here, I'm going to give you a second.
Unacceptable. Unacceptable.
All right, because he's not here, this is your free get out of jail card. So shoot, Laurel.
Okay, thank you. Okay, I was diagnosed with bipolar disorder like a while ago. I don't really remember when, but like the symptoms have been there since like 2 years ago when I was like 11.
Right.
And I also like cut myself, and I just wanted to know, like, are the two things related?
They're related, but they're not necessarily caused by, in other words, being a cutter is not necessarily caused by the bipolarity. Being bipolar, being a cutter does suggest sometimes when they're manic become cutting. Usually both together suggest a pretty heavy trauma history. What happened to you?
Well, I don't know. I don't really think that there's any, like, trauma. There was this one thing, but it just, I don't know.
What was it? I was my best friend's brother, who's 4 years older than me.
I was like 12 at the time and he was 16.
Mm-hmm.
And we were at his house because I was like spending the night at my friend's house.
Yeah.
And he was like sitting in the living room watching TV, and her parents were home, so it was just like the three of us that were there.
Yeah.
And me and him were watching TV because my friend was taking a shower.
Uh-oh.
And like he was just being a jackass, so I went up in his face and flipped him off, and he got my finger and bent it like all the way back and pushed my head down, and he's like, "Give me head, bitch." And then but
did you actually have to follow were you able to get away from that situation? Okay.
All right, so
I don't think. Isn't it also possibly then just a chemical possibility?
absolutely, and maybe the cutting is related to her bipolarity. And when she gets manic, she gets can't manage the feeling of mania and just starts cutting and acting impulsively. So it may all be bipolar.
Yeah, and as far as your friend's brother, next time just kick him in the balls and leave. Simple as that.
Thank you, Nicole.
Okay, no problem.
Chelsea, 18.
Hi.
Hey.
I'm freaking out. I've been listening to you guys since I was 13.
Cool. You sound depressed tonight, though.
Just don't want my family to hear me.
Okay. By the way, let's see. We are 15 minutes into the show, and we've already taken more calls than the average Corolla episode,
It's
2-hour episode.
Fascinating.
Yes, it is. Okay, Chelsea, what's up?
I've been going out with a kid for 8 months, and recently I got back on birth control, and every time after we have sex, I start to bleed.
That's very common, especially on birth control pills.
Mm-hmm.
The lining of the uterus is
the worst.
Well, lining of the uterus is a little unstable on the pill sometimes, and intercourse can stimulate that. Do you smoke a lot of pot?
No.
Don't. You do not?
I used to, but I don't anymore.
I could still hear the laugh. She still got the pot laugh. You only stopped like 6 months ago, though, right?
No, actually, over a year ago.
A year ago. All right.
It's freaky how you're a freak of nature, Dr. Drew.
I can pick that up off the voice.
Wow.
So, Chelsea, it's no big deal. It's a common side effect, and just let it be that, okay?
Okay.
All right.
Bye.
Bye. Wow. This is now CJ, 25. We're going to hear a Melissa song after the break, okay?
Yes, we are.
Okay. CJ?
Yeah.
Guest tonight is Melissa Auf Der Maur. Filling in for Adam Carolla is Nicole Alvarez. And you are 25.
Yeah. Hey, by the way, I love listening to you guys. You guys keep me awake at work at night, and you guys make my day.
You're not like a truck driver, an airline pilot or something, are you?
No, I'm a repo man.
Oh, repo man.
Oh, yeah.
What's up?
My question is I was dating my wife for probably about 3 years. And before we got married, we were having sex 3-4 times a day. And it wasn't even that I had to prompt her to do it. It was that she wanted it. Okay. Now, all of a sudden, that we've been married a year, and I can't count how many times we've had sex on one hand. I mean, it's just like pulling teeth anymore to get it done.
Ladies, what does that mean?
Yeah,
wait, you're not having sex at all?
Barely.
No, barely at all.
This is common for things to slow down.
Yeah, very common.
But this is coming to a grinding halt.
Right.
A 2-year relationship, marriage, and it really stopped immediately after the wedding?
Yeah, and I mean, I love the girl to death, but it's really making me, question my relationship, and I don't want to go.
The last time I had almost exactly this call, the woman had been put on antidepressants like immediately after the wedding, and that shut her down. Anything like that happen? Or birth control pill?
I'm on Prozac.
You are?
No, what about her?
No, she's not on anything. Her mom is manic depressant, but her mom used to pop a lot of downers and stuff.
Well, let me ask you a question. Has your behavior towards her changed at all after marriage? In the sense, usually when you're dating or you're in that process, you tend to court a lot more or be a little more, make her feel more like a woman. When you get in a relationship long term, you get into this comfort zone, and the comfort zone prevents people from, you still need to date when you're married, and you still need to court. Do you still treat her the way you used to, or has any of that dwindled off?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I still take her out on dates. I send her flowers all the time for absolutely no reason, buy her cards. So
here's the problem. CJ's gay.
You're gay.
That's the problem.
No, but in these days, he may be a metrosexual.
Whatever.
Something or other.
No, CJ, so we don't know what's
later.
going on with her. You're going to have to talk.
But are you communicating? That's the big question. Are you communicating with her? That's probably the only way.
But you guys, this is such a massive change. And this is a woman that was having sex 4 times a day.
Right.
Now, you could make it. Now, there's a couple things here that happens. One is sometimes when people have been sexually abused, they have what's called a bipolar reaction. Their sexuality, they go from hypersexuality to shut down, frigid. And things like a marriage and things that change the quality of the relationship or the meaning of the relationship can induce that kind of a change. So A, she could be a trauma survivor. B, her mom, she just said her mom was a drug addict. Makes me worry this girl might be doing some substances or was sexually addictive and switched from sex now to drugs.
She had a bad coke problem back in the day, but she.
All right, this is a drug. Drugs are back. I guarantee it. Just go with my spidey sense. I've dealt with too many addicts every day I smell it when it's around.
Trust him on this one.
Yeah,
it's
something she's
phenomenal.
She's using something. So just check it out. I'm not wrong on that one. Well.
Wow.
Melissa Auf Der Maur, who's now depressed.
Oh, yes. Everything is so traumatizing.
What is the name of the CD?
It's just the name. The
Auf Der Maur.
unpronounceable family name I was born with. Auf Der Maur.
It's Auf Der Maur, and I think it's
Dutch
a great.
Or is it German?
It's Swiss German.
And it means on the wall?
On the wall.
On the wall.
Now, Swiss German is a separate language. A lot of people don't appreciate that.
Yes, Schweizer Deutsch.
Yeah.
What did you just say?
Swiss Deutsch.
Yeah, Swiss German.
Okay.
It sounded like a chocolate bar.
Do you want to listen to the song now? Should we go to break and come back and listen?
We'll come back, we'll take a call, and we'll go immediately to the song.
Okay.
All right, so this is LoveLine. Sitting in tonight for Adam Carolla is Nicole Alvarez. Adam had his bilateral herniorrhaphy today. He was...
Our thoughts and prayers are with him.
He was not a big baby. He took it well, but... he was pale and pasty and disorganized when I saw him after the operation. I talked to his wife about 2 hours ago who said, he's so pale. He just told me he didn't think he should go into work. I'm like, no kidding, he's going to work.
Yeah, you told him that way before.
It's questionable whether he should have gone home, for God's sakes. And the guest tonight is Melissa Auf Der Maur. We're going to hear something from her new album after we return.
Hello, this is your radio. LoveLine will be right back.
Now you and a guest could enjoy 3 nights at Chicago's House of Blues, experiencing a series of amazing live concerts, and we'll get you there. Go to www.bluejamsessions.com to enter to win and to see complete rules. Brought to you by Blue from American Express.
LoveLine.
LoveLine. I am a strange voice. I'm Nicole Alvarez, sitting in for Adam Carolla. I work at Kroq. I just came over and did the thing. Dr. Drew is here. Thanks for having me, by the way.
God bless you. Thank you for filling in. I don't know quite what it's like to do a radio show without somebody sitting there farting. The phone number here is 1-800-LOVE-191. Chris can fill in for you. Chris Perez. Yeah.
Perez, my dear. We have Melissa Auf Der Maur here with us tonight, who just released her solo album, Auf Der Maur. She is free from others and doing this on her own. So we're going to play a song, and it's the single right now. It's called Follow the Waves.
But we usually take one call first.
Do we really?
That's sort of our thing, yeah.
But that's Adam's thing or your thing? Or together?
Listen, I will, no, it's sort of the rhythm of the show, but I will defer to you tonight.
Next caller, please.
Next caller, please.
Okay, there you go.
We'll do a real quick one.
Fine.
Okay.
No problem.
Except if we only had some calls worth. Here's a weird one. This is George, 22.
Hey, what's up, Drew?
George, dude, what's happening?
Hey, man. I made up my question, but actually, I didn't really. I sort of made it up, but I just called in to talk.
Liar,
Make it snappy. We want to hear a Melissa Auf Der Maur song. So what is it?
I just want to know where Adam is, for one.
He had his spermatic cord pushed back in his abdomen. He had a hernia repair.
Really?
Yeah.
That's kind of like the penis question. We might have had relations.
No. Okay, here we go. Nicole, what is that? Give me one more chance.
Okay, one more chance. See, I knew that was coming, and that's why.
Your intuition is far stronger than mine. Alexis, 20.
Hi, how are you?
We're good. What's up?
Okay, I've been on Zoloft for like 4 years now, which I think might be kind of a problem anyway, but so I've steadily increased my dosage over the last 4 years, and I've been on the same dosage now for the last couple of months, and in this last week, I haven't, I've been feeling like the withdrawal symptoms that I would feel if I had skipped a day of pills or something, but I've been taking the recommended dosage, and I don't know what to do.
First of all, how much are you taking?
Right now I'm on 200 milligrams a day.
And you've increased this yourself or with supervision?
With my psychiatrist.
All right. And the withdrawal symptoms are like a dizziness or something?
Kind of. It's weird. It's just like this little shock maybe a couple times a day. Sometimes it comes in like intervals of, I don't know, like 5 or 6 just at a time. But it's like this half second, really uncomfortable feeling. It's like a little bit of dizziness. I don't really know.
Are you on any other medication?
No.
You know, I'm not sure anyone can answer that with great accuracy exactly what that is. For instance, Paxil and Effexor are the ones that usually are thought to cause withdrawal symptoms of what, very similar to what you're describing. I've never seen a withdrawal syndrome from Zoloft, but people do get some strange symptoms when they come off a high dose rapidly. And
well, but my point is that I haven't done anything.
No, I understand, one of the conundrums about being on high doses of any medication, though, is it starts to induce a withdrawal earlier and earlier in the interval between the doses of the medication. Like if you were taking Xanax, say, and you started on a 0.5 milligram twice a day, all of a sudden you'll start having withdrawal symptoms, and you start increasing to 1 milligram. Then the withdrawal comes in again. You increase to 2 milligrams, and all of a sudden you're having a withdrawal an hour after you take your Xanax. It's something about withdrawal, which is also not a well-understood biology, that causes. You really need to talk to your psychiatrist. Maybe it's time to kind of taper down and get through this and get on, onto something else.
Well, if I may ask, are you mixing it with drugs or alcohol or anything of that sort?
Sorta.
Okay, well then there you go. I figured.
Okay.
Well, but that's it for sure. A high dose of Zoloft, you can get something called a serotonin syndrome that can actually be kind of dangerous. And so if you're taking a stimulant with Zoloft, that is a big deal.
Okay.
Are you taking cocaine or speed?
No, I smoke a lot of pot.
It's hard
Which
to say.
I know I shouldn't be doing with the Zoloft, but it's not like I've started smoking more weed in the last week than I usually do.
Here's the deal. You're being treated for the wrong diagnosis. You're a marijuana addict. All marijuana addicts are depressed. Get that treated. Don't take a bunch of medication for it. Just cover something that's really missing the primary issue here. Now we can hear a song.
All right, here we go. Some
Smoke
tunes.
that pot and listen to this.
Yeah, this would be a good time for that. And this is actually a breath of fresh air. It's Melissa Auf Der Maur's Followed the Waves on LoveLine. Cue it up.
gonna shuffle his deck clean.
Very nice, very nice. That is Melissa Auf Der Maur's first solo CD called Auf Der Maur, in stores now. You want to say a little something about the CD really quick, about the musical journey, if you will?
The musical journey of my dream album. I made it in 2002. I took an entire year to make it. Self-financed it, like I said before, so that I could completely protect the creative decision-making, and I had no one to answer to but myself and my love of music. And I invited all my favorite musicians on board to play. So every song has a different lineup. So I have, I had my list of favorite musicians, people I've played with before, like Eric from Hole or James from the Pumpkins, or my old band members from Canada.
From Tinker?
Yeah, exactly.
Josh Homme is on there.
Right, then we got the Queens guys, and so I had my other short list of musicians I had never had the opportunity to play with, but I had toured with or had been a big influence on me one way or the other. So I got to invite those I wished to play with and those that I wanted to play with again, and I had like this utopia of this family of musicians that do it for the love, and it was the best year of my life.
You could see it in your face, like just talking about it, you get the glow.
It was really the best year of my life. I got to live out. I'm a huge just music fan, and being able to live out for all the music fans of the world, my dream of being honest and in love with music was so good.
Have you toured with any of these people?
Even for this project? No, I mean, making a record is kind of like living out a fantasy. You can do whatever you want in the studio, but then I've been on tour for the last 6 months actually already, and I had to put a band together for the touring thing, because a touring thing is
different.
A commitment. You need really, really committed. Available people.
Are there dates coming up we need to promote here?
I played last night. I won't be back on the West Coast for a while.
This show goes all over the country.
This show goes all over the country. At the end of this month, I start on the Curiosa tour, which is the Cure tour. But unfortunately, I'm missing the West Coast. I know. I'll be all over the rest of the country, but then we head back to Europe for the
Should we mention,
big summer
festivals. Tonight's show is broadcast in 100 cities.
So. Oh, yeah, everywhere. The Curiosa tour.
Do you want us to talk? Can we get those dates out? And
absolutely.
Well, you can go to aufdemar.com, and for those of you that need the spelling, it's AUFDEMAR.com.
Hey, wait a second. A is an apple, U, F is in Frank,
DER.
D is in David, ER, M is in Melissa, AUR.com.
Auf Der Maur.
Or capitalrecords.com might be easier for you.
Yeah, I have a feeling you do that a lot.
Oh,
the spelling of the name.
My whole life.
Yeah, so go there, and that will help you find Melissa Auf Der Maur.
I'm all over the place all year.
It's call time, Melissa.
This is a Mike who's 20.
How's
Mike?
it going?
Hey, Mike, what's up?
Nothing much. I had a kind of an opinion question for you guys. I'm in the military right now, and my fiance is at home, but I wanted to find out either way I do this, it's going to hurt her. I've been up here. I haven't been home. I'm on my way back up there right now, but I don't know how to go about telling her that I have been...
You don't know how to go about telling us. Come on, just say it.
Telling her what?
Just say it.
How to go about telling her that I've been sleeping with other people on post and off post in Washington.
On post? I mean, while you're on guard?
You mean
while you're on call or whatever?
Wait, I want to hear about this. What are you doing? You're having sex while you're in what?
I think he means just
on the clock, basically.
There.
But what are you doing
when he's not home?
But what is the job you're supposed to be doing while you're having sex?
Well, it depends. I mean, sometimes I'm doing CQ, which is watching the front doors and stuff like that.
Can we get the main job title really quick?
Wait a minute. So you're a Marine who with the white cat standing there at attention at the entrance to the White House?
No.
What are you doing?
Basically, I deal with just the pay and everything for all the soldiers and everything.
And so somebody in the office you have sex with?
Well, there was at one point, and then got rid of her because she was a bitch.
Oh, my God.
You are a delight.
Yeah,
Mike.
You're not far from your feelings for her.
Yeah, this girl, she's going to really miss a great catch.
You know what? Stray. If you have problems telling her, give me her phone number. I'll do it.
So, Mike, here's the bottom line. Bottom line is perhaps you want to spare her feelings and just break up and just tell this isn't working. If you do tell her, it's obviously going to hurt her. Hopefully she will terminate the relationship. The most humane thing you can do for her is just end things. You're not ready to have a committed relationship. That's fine. You're 20. But don't pretend that you could or that it's not going to hurt this other person who's investing so much in you when you're screwing around so much. So,
yeah, good advice.
there you go. All right, so Melissa Auf Der Maur is our guest. Nicole Alvarez is filling in for Adam Carolla. It is LoveLine, the phone number 1-800-LOVE-191, and we'll return after this.
LoveLine.
1-800-LOVE-191.
The Complete Olympics, this August from Athens on the networks of NBC.
Hey, it's LoveLine, 1-800-LOVE-191. I'm Dr. Drew. Adam Carolla is out, flat on his back, pale and pasty, and in pain, as I predicted. He's not quite as tough a guy as he thought he was. Here's the reason I've been sort of busting his nuts the last few days about this is that it bothers me when people won't submit to being a biological being. You know, we're that's what we are. You know what I mean? It's like, yeah, you have an operation. It's okay.
Oh, he was adamantly coming into work anyhow.
It's okay that you recuperate. It's okay. It's okay that you get old. These things are all good.
Right.
It's about being
We're
human.
not superheroes, unfortunately.
Yeah, and so I get a little offended when people deny their biological reality.
Oh, I know. I sound like a prick.
Yeah, yeah. And Nicole Alvarez is sitting in for him tonight. She never sounds like a prick. And
Thank
our
you.
guest is Melissa Auf Der Maur, who's Anderson just asked to have her CD, which in all the years I worked with Anderson, never requested.
That's what I hear. That's the huge compliment.
Yeah.
It might be for his girlfriend.
No.
No. I could hear it in his voice. It was solely for him.
Exactly what I was thinking. I could hear it in his voice. That was for him.
Wow.
So we will continue to take calls here. This is Megan, who is 20. Megan?
Yes.
Hi, Megan. What's up?
Hi. I was just calling because I've been dating this guy for a while, and this is kind of embarrassing, but I really was wondering if you guys could help me because I kind of, I think about sex all the time, and I really don't know what's wrong because it's only been recently, but I'm just wondering if it's something that, because I care about my boyfriend a lot, but he, I really need to...
Are you
looking at other people, or
Megan? Poor Megan. You're having trouble with this now. You've said a lot of things that were sort of
you're
disconnected.
embarrassed about something?
Let's try to tie this together. You've recently become preoccupied about sex, correct?
Yeah, yes.
Does it have to do with your feelings about this guy in this relationship?
No, not at all.
Are you into this guy? Or do you want sex with other guys?
Well, no, I would be happy. I don't, that's...
You don't know.
I don't know.
Megan, it's all good. You are fine. Don't be ashamed. It's all good. It's healthy. You're a healthy biological being, just like we've been talking about.
No, but that's the thing is, I don't feel like, because I go to school. I'm in college right now. And, sometimes even when I'm in class, I want to...
Oh, yeah, that's normal.
That's absolutely normal.
Males sit around like that from the age of 15. The age of 15, they think about it on average of 6 times a minute. And they're just sitting there thinking about that, thinking it's hard for them to concentrate. They're getting erections. That's how a male has to deal. Now, now we're trying to figure out for you why it suddenly changed at the age of 20. Are you on any medication?
No, I've been on birth control for a while, but
how long?
I don't know. I've always kind of been really horny, I guess.
All right, that's fine. And it just got worse lately.
Yeah, I don't know what it's maybe, and I'm just wondering because I love my boyfriend to death, but I need more, and I'm wondering
you should definitely, if you're 20 years old, you should be experimenting.
You need more with him. Is that he's not keeping up, right? He's not.
I don't know.
Is he not satisfying you in the bedroom, my dear?
Ladies, talk to this.
Yeah,
woman.
is he not satisfying you in the bedroom? Because if so, you should try talking him through it first. Although you're a little uncomfortable talking about the situation, I can tell.
Yeah,
but
I know.
when you guys are having sex, try talking him through it, kind of instruct him, tell him what you like. If after that he's not, let's say, doesn't step up to the plate, then maybe you should. You're young, cut it off.
Yeah.
However, though, if you're 20, I believe that what you should be doing is discovering what you do like, and I don't think you can do that without experimenting, obviously with safe sex, but you must try it with other people.
And
Megan, are you afraid?
I don't want to cheat on him, but he's really quick, and I don't really get...
All right, this isn't working.
Quick?
Yeah, he's a minute man.
Okay, no. If you're a woman who's really into sex, which, believe it or not, I believe not all women either are in tune with that, but if you're someone who's really openly excited about it and looking for it all the time, I really think you should go out and experiment with other people. It's really the best way, because unfortunately, unlike men who are raised watching movies, reading books, told, given all these options of what it is that your desire is, women are we have to find out for ourselves, because there aren't any books and movies directed to us.
I got to interrupt you. Men, you can beat them to try to get them to stop putting their hands in their junk. Listen, I've raised a couple males. You have to roll up newspapers and smack them at funerals to keep them from doing this. Their biology is so profound, and they're under the influence of this hormone.
Even the way you just said it is profound.
It is unbelievable that we have to have these discussions about this. And some women have very high androgenic levels in their blood, and this is actually well shown. And you're a high androgen, what they call tumescent female, Megan. That's fine.
I was brought up not to. I don't want to have sex with a whole bunch of guys. I know,
Megan. Here's the deal. But you got to find a guy that can keep up with your rhythm. You obviously need more than this guy that can provide it. You can certainly give him the opportunity to step up, as Nicole said. But if he can't, that maybe this relationship isn't working. It is fine that you need more than he's able to.
One
do.
opportunity.
Go ahead, tell him exactly what you could barely express. Here's where the problem is, Melissa. She felt so uncomfortable being this kind of women.
Yes.
Women have a huge spectrum of their responsiveness. You're supposed to be the kind that's in Oprah magazine or in Cosmo. Men come in sort of one flavor. Women, it's 31 flavors. It's just all over the place.
Right, yeah.
And to sort of try to put yourself into one box is shaming and it narrows the possibilities. It's ridiculous. You have to feel bad for how you are. You're fine.
You're absolutely fine, and at the end of the day, you can just be true to how you feel emotionally and physically, because when it's all said and done, you're going to be you've got your back for the rest of your life. So do what makes you happy there.
West 26.
Whoa.
Whoa, hey, what's up?
Basically, I'm 26 years old. I haven't had a girlfriend since I was 19. I've done some research on it, and I think I suffer from being overly shy.
Antisocial, too.
Or social phobia. Social phobia, you think?
I'm not sure.
Is it with females only, or in social gatherings are you also extremely shy?
Extremely shy. I mean, you put me into a group of people that I don't know, and I shut up. I do my best to remain invisible.
Well, so that's not a good thing, right?
That's not a good thing at all.
And I don't know.
Do you work in a social place, or can you join a club in the neighborhood?
I have no problem actually talking to, talking to coworkers, that kind of stuff.
It's a safe zone, though. Right, because you're talking about something. You're talking about work most of the time. It's when you have to be stripped of your work in just a social setting where you have to converse that you're not comfortable. Exactly. Do you have any friends? I don't mean to sound rude.
Well, they're all down in San Diego, but not up here. No.
What are you doing up there in Idaho?
I moved up here because I couldn't afford it down there in San Diego.
How long ago?
I moved up here in 2000, so 4 years.
And you've not been able to find any friends in 4 years?
No, not that I hang out with regularly, no.
Okay, why?
I would just say...
Have you tried going out with a coworker, like maybe happy hour or something like that? Or, do you go to company functions?
No, I don't.
Start baby steps.
Yeah, Wes, I would look into this. That is not normal. It's not normal to be paralyzed in social situations. It's not normal to move into a new community and not form any relationship. And humans need other people.
Friends.
You need them, and you certainly aren't going to find any women to date if you don't have any relationships. And meeting other people, guys are fine, and that will build upon itself. You'll meet other people. But as Woody Allen would say, if it goes more than 6 months, I'd definitely look into it.
Definitely.
And if you can't overcome these things, certainly there are therapists that can help you with that. And believe it or not, medication, Paxil's been advocated for social phobia. We've been talking a lot about medicines tonight. I'm not necessarily in favor of that, but that has been advocated. So it's LoveLine. I'm Dr. Drew. Nicole Alvarez filling in for the herniorified Adam Carolla.
Is that a real word?
Herniorrhaphy is.
Okay.
Went under the knife today. He was a model patient. He was, as you might imagine, pain in the ass, complaining about. I had nurses running out there and going, "This guy's a character in here." This guy was complaining about the gown.
Oh my! I didn't even think about the nurses.
Oh, the poor women.
Oh.
And Melissa Auf Der Maur is our guest tonight. We hear some more songs for her new CD after we return.
Here it is. Bottom line, it sucks being single today. Tons of lame people and no decent prospects. Call the Dateline. Call the Dateline. Call the Dateline. 1
1-877-889-DATE. LoveLine will be right back, so get your problems ready.
This hour brought to you in part by Axe. Experience the Axe effect.
I'm Nicole Alvarez in for Adam Carolla tonight. He is herniated, and Dr. Drew is here. It is my own generic mutt word, but I think, we're just having good fun. Melissa Auf Der Maur is our guest. Hello, that's very nice. Her first CD, her first solo CD is just out. It's called Auf Der Maur, and we'll hear another track in a little bit, but I have learned, first, we take a call, right?
Excellent. This now is Brian, who's 20.
Hi, this is Brian.
And this is where you ask the question, right?
Okay. My question is, I have a problem where when I have sex with my wife, when I get to the end and I ejaculate, I don't feel like I have a sort of satisfying orgasm. I get some pleasure, and it feels like it's leading up to some place, but it doesn't actually get me anywhere.
You're 20. That's a little young to be having. Older men can experience that kind of thing in their 50s, 60s, and 70s.
And a lot of women, from what I understand.
You don't know personally about this, but
No. Yes, I do know from personal experience that men tend to take women to a certain level and sometimes don't follow through. It's
even
a little
when they
harder.
do, women in fact do complain
harder.
about this at young. Yeah, there's a much greater range of, even within a given woman, her sexual experience.
Absolutely.
And certainly woman to woman, things are very, very different. But men at 20, men at 20, again, it's vanilla, one flavor. And unless there's something biological or pharmacologic going on, or something really significant emotionally going on.
Well, I've talked to my doctor about it. I heard you guys talking to another gentleman about a possible thyroid problem.
Thyroid or prolactin secreting tumor, or something that affects the testosterone levels in your blood.
I had that checked out, and it didn't lead anywhere.
My thyroid. You had what checked out? Thyroid checked out?
Yes. Blood test.
No. You need a lot more than that. You need to see an endocrinologist.
Okay.
Okay. Thyroid is a relatively unusual cause of this.
The other problem I had is my wife and I were both virgins when we got together, and so I keep thinking that that sex could be better with somebody else, that I could have a satisfying orgasm with somebody else. And
Anderson, isn't there a question I want to ask him from Salt Lake City? Are you a Mormon?
I'm not.
Okay.
But it's just something that's starting to become all-consuming in my head. I start thinking about it.
Are you Mormon? So you're obsessing about whether or not this relationship is appropriate for you. Why did you marry the first woman that you sort of got together with?
Well, I'm not Mormon, but it was a religious conviction to begin with. I'd wanted to only be with one person, and as I've gotten older and sex hasn't been what I expected it, I start thinking about everything else. I mean, when we first started doing it, we were doing it, every day, a couple times a day. The whole experience was new, and I enjoyed it more. Just because of the newness of the whole thing. And then as it's gotten more routine, I found it less and less enjoyable.
Do you have kids?
I have one and a second one on the way.
All right. Well, listen, this is one man's opinion here, that once you are a parent, you've sort of relinquished the opportunity to experiment. You signed up, you signed on the bottom line, you got married, now you have kids, now you're dead. That's priority one. Nothing else is more important than, I'm sorry, your happiness comes second. What the children need is number one. So what you have to do is find a way to make this relationship work, and I suggest you consider some couples counseling, because the fact is that there's probably something that you can work out together that will be satisfying for you. The reality is going out and screwing around is not quite as fun as you might think it is.
Have you considered therapy? Have you considered couples counseling?
Well, we had a little bit of marriage counseling when we had a problem, but it wasn't related to the sexual.
What was the problem?
Sexual stuff.
What was the problem?
I just barely told her about it, how I feel about the whole thing.
What was the problem that you needed therapy for?
I got a little too close to one of her best friends.
Yeah, boy. All right, Brian, you got to get some couples there. You got two kids. Dad. That's the moniker you wear now, okay? That's your job in life.
However, I'm going to throw it out there that I don't think that unhappy marriages are necessarily the best thing for a family upbringing. That's just the way I come from. But
miserable, abusive families, I'll grant you. But it sounds like Brian kind of hold it together.
All I know is that there are children who I think turn out very well, such as myself, that come from divorced parents who I had an amazing relationship with both of them separately, and I realized my life would have been hell had they been together and tortured me, and I would have adopted all this pain. So I personally always, I believe in the doing what's best for yourself will be what's best for other people. But I'm not a parent. I don't know how I would feel if it was relating to my own family. But
is there a happy medium? Do you think?
Well, certainly a relationship that is truly painful, that is disruptive, chaotic, or abusive, that must end. But Brian's not really describing it. It's kind of a situation where, like, well, I wish I want to screw around. It's
his sounds just a little selfish.
He might regret it too if he just breaks everything off just for sexual reasons.
Yeah, at the very least, my friend, give it a fighting chance, because you do have kids, so just give it a fighting chance.
Sarah is 20. Sarah, caller who goes by Sarah.
The artist formerly known as Sarah.
Hello.
There you are.
Hi.
Hey.
Hi. Hold on just a second.
Oh, of course.
Oh, yeah, we have all time in the world.
It's a radio show. Don't worry. It's no big deal. No big deal.
Okay.
Take your time. No, take your time, Sarah. Are you ready now?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay.
Okay. This is what happened to me last weekend. Okay, I went with my sister and her friends to this place last weekend, and I've liked one of their friends for a really long time. Like, since I was, young. I've known him for years and years and years. And I ended up telling him that I liked him or whatever, and I was really, really drunk, and we ended up, making out or whatever. And
explain this. Did you hook up?
Yeah. What does whatever mean?
Yeah, the whatever. You got to fill us in.
Yeah. Yes, we did.
You what?
Yes, we made out.
Just made out.
You just kissed?
Yes.
Okay.
No, come on.
Tell us the truth here.
I am. I promise I am.
Okay. Well, okay.
You made out.
Yes, that's it.
Right.
But the thing is, he has been in this relationship with this girl for a really long time. And they were supposed to get married or something, and they ended up calling off the wedding, but they've been trying to work things out. And
okay, just really quick to focus. You made out with a guy who's
engaged
or getting back with his girlfriend?
Yeah.
Or involved in another relationship, basically. And the question is what? Do you just regret doing it, or do you want to know what to do from here?
Well, I regret it, and I'm really, I guess I'm friends with her, and she talks to me about stuff.
Oh, you're friends with his girlfriend?
Yeah.
Oh.
And you give her advice on him?
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, what do you want from us?
Well, I feel really uncomfortable around both of them now.
Well, maybe you ought to just kind of
take yourself out of the situation. Period. End of sentence.
For both relationships, right?
Okay.
Oh, this connection is driving me insane.
Right.
Sarah, speak up, okay?
Okay. Sorry, I'm kind of nervous.
Okay.
Don't be. There's no reason to be. This is a safe, happy place. We don't know you. We can't see you.
Okay.
Of course, this guy and his girlfriend are listening right now, but it's no big deal.
Let's just pretend they're not.
But go ahead. So what is it you want us to help you with? We're telling you to get away from these two, and you're sort of resisting that. So how can we help?
Well, it's kind of hard to, because they're really good friends with,
All right, Sarah, I'm gonna read through. I'm gonna flip over all the cards. And here's the deal, Sarah. You really like this guy. You're kind of angry and resentful with your girlfriend. Not a good situation. You're going to screw this up in some way, right?
Yeah.
You're very ambivalent about this. So the only way you can really be sort of honest is by getting away from these two, because you really are into this guy, and you're mad at this girl because she's got him. How kind of friend is that?
Yeah.
You can't really be her friend right now. It's not you've got all these crazy feelings. They aren't going to work. And if you're going to try to get this guy away from her, God.
And it sounds like you might be hurt by this whole situation.
But you see what this? She wants to get this guy away from her.
Yeah.
And that's just, and of course, okay, that's okay to have those kinds of feelings, but to hang around these people and to sort of try to make that happen, not okay. Or try to sort of pretend you're not having these feelings, also not okay. So maybe a little distance from both these people for a little while. I need a Melissa Auf Der Maur song.
I think I do too.
I do.
Did you say you want to hear number 7?
Yeah, that might be
Okay,
good.
we are going to listen to I'll Be Anything You Want. We're going to take a little break and listen to some very good music, and we will return on LoveLine. That was my little rap version into your song. We will return on LoveLine.
Oh, love is fun. Care to dance?
The song is called I'll Be Anything You Want, and it's Melissa Auf Der Maur's first solo CD. Congratulations, it's awesome.
Thank you.
And if Anderson likes it, it's got to be awesome. It's just simply titled Auf Der Maur. Am I saying it right?
Oh, yes.
Auf Der Maur. It's actually
Der Maur is a
Auf
little
Der
better,
Maur.
but that's fine.
All right, well,
Did you grow up in Switzerland?
No, in Canada.
Canada, but you speak Swiss.
No, not at all.
No.
Just Auf Der Maur and Dankeschön.
And Schweizerdeutsche.
Schweizerdeutsch, yes.
I don't know that language. I can speak Spanish. Okay.
We both can.
I can do Spanish, Portuguese.
Wow, Portuguese. That's
Yeah,
a
I
tough
can do
one.
LoveLine.
In Portuguese?
Yeah. Give me some time. I don't know yet. Give me some time to make something up.
Till is 24.
Hello.
Till?
I have a question.
That's good.
Okay. I'm on Zoloft now.
Yeah.
Well, before I was on Zoloft, I've been depressed for a really, really long time.
Yeah.
And I got married when I was 22.
Well, that solves everything.
And I had a baby 6 months ago.
All right.
And they blamed my depression on postpartum.
But you were depressed before that.
I'm sorry?
You were depressed before that, though?
Oh, yeah. For a long, well, I went goth, so, you know, the brooding and the black hair and the piercings all kind of went hand in hand, but...
So you have some kind of an abuse
Have
history?
you always been goth? You said you
No,
were-
I just did it, you know, just to do it. I went to my first obstetrician appointment, and I looked like an idiot. And so I dyed my hair back to blonde and took out all the eyebrow and nose piercings so I fit in with the other moms. But now, here's my problem is, now that I'm on Zoloft,
I can't have an orgasm.
That's a very, very common complication.
That's a tough price to pay
of those medicines.
God.
And in fact, for many of the serotonin reuptake inhibitors, not only do you stop having orgasms, but sex is just unappealing.
No, it is. I don't.
Yeah, particularly for women, they get sort of what's been coined a term, sexlessness. The sex, even looking at pictures of people kissing, it's just like, ew, why are they doing that?
It's horrible.
Yeah, it's a weird shutdown.
Here's my problem is I can go back to feeling like crap and having really bizarre thoughts, or I can enjoy sex.
No, you can choose an antidepressant that doesn't cause.
I tried Wellbutrin.
Yeah.
And that had the exact same thing.
How about Cerazone?
No, never tried it.
Cerazone and Remeron. Those are two that may not cause the same side effects. The trick is to go back and work with the doctor. You shouldn't have to sacrifice intimacy. The fact is, when you're depressed, you need other people. You need the connection with the people you care about in your life. You can't have your relationships falling apart. It's important. Pay attention to that. Don't assume you have to have that. All right, here's...
Dr. Drew, if they diagnose you with something, they give you a medication that's not working for you, should you go get a second opinion from another doctor?
It's if you're getting no satisfaction from the doctor you're working with, but definitely go back and say this is not, it's not right. It's not right. Make sure
because that is just not right. You shouldn't have to sacrifice that pleasure.
Think about it. If not only the pleasure, but if the relationship starts to suffer as a result, your depression is coming back anyway. Samantha, 23.
Hello.
Hi.
Yeah, hi. This is like a really
sorry to
long
interrupt,
story.
Samantha. Sorry we disturbed you this evening, but go ahead.
Yeah. Hello?
Yeah, go right ahead.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah.
Well, what happened is that my mom separated from my dad when I was like 10. She had a boyfriend, whatever. She's been with him forever. And when I was 12, he molested me. He didn't he sexually molested me.
Perfectly normal. He didn't sexually molest you.
I never told my mom. I don't know. I really, honestly, to God, don't know why I never told her. Because I think that he did it in a way that I wouldn't think that it was wrong,
What was it? What did he do?
He would oh, let's go to the park, and he would run around with me in the swings, and then he would tickle me. To me, now that I'm 23 years old, I think he tried to get comfortable with my body so that when he did try to touch me, I wouldn't be surprised about it.
What did he do? I haven't heard anything yet.
He touched me. He touched my breast, my legs, everything. The way that you were not, he shouldn't touch me. So I never told my mom.
Did you know at the time that it was wrong, or is this something that is in retrospect?
In retrospect.
In retrospect.
Yeah.
I'm going to let Dr. Drew handle this one, but I don't ever think it's too late to talk to, I would say, your mother about this now. It's something that's going to weigh on you.
She's still with him. That's the thing. That's the thing. I recently found out that my younger sister, it might be his daughter. So we had a big, huge family fight, and I told my mom. It just came out. I just told her. I said, how would you feel if I told you this? And she told me, is that true? And I said, yes, it is, And when I was 13, I tried to tell her, but I couldn't get myself to tell her. So I told her, oh, well, he put his hand on my butt. So she asked him, and when I came home from school, she said, you know what, I talked to him, and he said that he did do it, but he didn't do it on purpose, and he's sorry.
What did he do?
He would touch my breast, touch me down there.
What, while he was tickling you?
While I was sometimes I would be sleeping, and he would come in and touch me while I was sleeping.
And touch your genitalia?
Yes.
Right.
And I was 12 or 12.
Your mother is still with him or not?
Samantha, my bet is though that she's still with him.
Oh,
my bet is something happened to you earlier too. What else happened to you when you were 6?
Nothing. That's it.
Come on, nothing.
No, nothing. He's the only one.
That's it, huh? All right.
See,
Dr. Drew, could something have happened and her not remember? Maybe.
Yeah, but I don't want to put too much emphasis on that kind of thing. All right. So what can we do to help? What would you like?
So my question is, I told my mom, and my mom wants to know why I waited so long to tell her. my mom does not understand why I couldn't just tell her at that moment.
It's very common for children to feel responsible when they are the victims of abuse, and particularly when it's a kind of a sexual act. They feel like there's going to be some sort of retribution from mom, or that they're not going to be believed, which lo and behold in your case is in fact what happens. She doesn't believe you and she does blame you. So the fact is that there's so much shame in having been the object of this kind of behavior that very often children don't talk about, don't ever tell their parents.
And sweet, innocent children don't want to disrupt and don't want to hurt people and scare people, so you don't say it when you're young.
They know it's going to be hurtful to the parent.
And you can tell your mother that now, too, which is, of course, when I was young, I didn't want to make a big deal out of it.
Bunny is 23. Bunny?
Yes.
What's up?
Hi.
Hey.
She comes out of the box with all this energy, and then where are you?
It's Quaalude night for our callers. So what's going on?
That's hard to explain. It's hard to talk about.
Well, it's all right. We're here.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I'm sort of surprised by people having that sort of feeling about LoveLine tonight. I've never known that anything is hard to talk about on LoveLine.
No,
so
yeah, and you're taking the step in the right direction. You called, so let's just see it through. Come on.
But it's a little easier to talk about with Adam not being there.
Oh, good. All right.
Okay.
Good. Maybe that's it. Maybe we're getting callers tonight that would not have otherwise called, and they're feeling a little
good.
All right.
Adam's gone.
Yeah, I can call. Finally. Whew. Here we go.
So I have this problem that I'm not a virgin. I haven't been for about 5 years now.
Yeah.
But when I have sex, I'm very tight.
Yeah.
And I've had guys actually be in physical pain.
You're in physical pain. The guys are in physical pain.
No, the guys are in pain. I'm not. I actually think it feels pretty good.
I love an honest woman. That's great.
How many times has this actually...
the guys are in pain because I'm so tight.
How many times has this happened?
At least 5 or 6 times. My last boyfriend actually broke up with me because he said the sex wasn't good because I was so tight.
Now, what does he mean by that? Does he mean that he had trouble penetrating, or once he was in, it was somehow...
Suffocating?
Pulling on it? Well, what does he mean? What does that mean?
Once he was in, it was painful.
Did he describe at all? Like, I'm just curious. Was it like a suffocating, like it was the walls were literally closing in on him, or sharp pain, or what did he say? I've never heard this before.
He just said that it hurt. Like, penetrating hurt. I mean, it hurts both of us. Like the
Did he try lubrication?
I don't really know. Like he said, the penetrating hurt. Once he got in, like once he gets in, I'm fine. But then it hurt him.
I've never heard it. I thought the guys liked tight.
I thought there was a lack of tightness in the world.
No, they generally do like that. I mean, it can be overdone.
That's what I thought, but I'm having issues because of that.
I this doesn't sound right to me. The guys have trouble. They don't like it when they can't penetrate. That they feel sort of they don't know how to deal with that. They're overwhelmed by it. And the fact is, that's usually sort of a muscular anxiety problem. You get anxious and the muscles constrict, and that can be uncomfortable for guys. And it can be sort of a pain for them. They don't like dealing with it. They don't understand it. They can't imagine how what's going on. And it's you need for that problem. You just need somebody who cares about you. You need a boyfriend that you feel comfortable with. Use a lot of lubricant, and that will work itself out.
Lubricant, I think, is the answer.
And you definitely need one on hand all the time.
Yeah, and
that's one thing.
Then usually once things are going, it's fine. Guys are fine. Sometimes if the guys aren't able to sort of set the rhythm themselves, it can be a little uncomfortable for them.
Mm-hmm. Now, I have had issues where I've been a little nervous about it, so I think that's part to do with it. But other times, I mean, there have been times where I'm with my boyfriend. I've heard if you drink a lot, then you loosen up. But I've drank a lot.
I don't think in that way.
No, Bunny. I think Bunny. You're sort of you're overthinking this. You need somebody that you're comfortable with, who cares about you, with lube on hand. You need to be able to talk to each other and kind of sort it out. These kinds of things usually work themselves out. I mean, there can be anatomical mismatches. That's really not what we're talking about here. Just kind of relax, get somebody who's patient and cares about you, and this will work itself out. This is not a big deal. Okay?
Definitely. Nothing to worry about.
Yeah, you're fine. And by the way, the guy that you're working out will be very happy. He'll be fine. Guys are so happy. Just when the girl has sex, they're so happy.
They are so happy. I've never heard a situation where it's too tight. And it's usually, I hear guys complaining a lot.
No, they don't. They think that they like to sort of it makes them feel better if it's, you know what I'm saying? If they can say it's too bad, whatever.
Yeah. Okay, well, now we're going to get
the woman's
graphic.
fault, right?
All right.
So anyway, listen, it is LoveLine. Melissa Auf Der Maur is our guest. We have Nicole Alvarez sitting in for Adam Carolla, who's on his hairy ass because of a big operation today, which I had to look at his hairy ass today hanging out of a hospital gown.
Oh, he got up and showed it for you?
Yeah, he was, he was in a hospital room preparing for the operation that had a John in it. I'd never seen that in our pre-op rooms. And he was standing there with the door open peeing, with his ass hanging out.
His pasty, hairy ass hanging out. Because you keep saying pasty.
Well, the pasty came later after the operation.
Okay.
That's when he really looked like hell. And insisted he was fine and in no pain, but then managed to not be able to communicate with his wife. So, yeah, that's him. Let's give another taste of that My Balls Hurt song.
What?
Where did that come from?
Hurt, they'll never heal.
That's sort of the basic vibe I got.
The general mood of today?
That's where he's at right now. So again, it's LoveLine 1-800-LOVE-19. We'll take more of your calls when we return.
Your son is gay.
1-800-LOVE-191.
We'll be right back. YJ Stinger Extreme Energy Drink, made by the manufacturers of Stacker 2, the world's strongest fat burner.
Hello, we are back with LoveLine. I'm Nicole Alvarez in for Adam Carolla. Dr. Drew, always here. Thank you for having me, by the way.
Fun?
I'm having a great time. It's a totally different level of thinking, but I really
the higher level.
It's the higher level of thinking. You have to be serious, and I remember you telling me, 2 hours of just talking, it could be exhausting. But in a good
we
way.
have these questionnaires to fill out.
These questionnaires are good.
How to be honest with yourself is answer a Dr. Drew questionnaire.
This is what they're talking about. These questionnaires I'm doing. I'm studying celebrity.
Unacceptable.
I know, it drives Adam crazy.
Unacceptable.
I know. I've seen him throw one of his little temper tantrums because of it.
But we're collecting data on people that are guests on this show, and we're trying to understand what makes a celebrity, what makes celebrity different, what makes somebody be a celebrity, or want to be a celebrity, or need to be a celebrity, and that kind of thing.
And I can't wait to see the results.
It's going to be interesting.
Our guest tonight, Melissa Auf Der Maur, she's here with us. She was at Amoeba earlier today, and she's here just hanging out.
Yes, the nice people of Los Angeles came out to the greatest record store in the world and saw me play free show. It was great. Thank you to everybody that came out. If you're out there, thank you.
We just played 2 tracks from our album Auf Der Maur. It's simply Auf Der Maur, and it's out in stores now. Really quick, we were talking when we were at break about the musical, basically the vision that you had for the album, and you pretty much knew what you wanted to sound like, who you wanted to work with. It was all kind of there. You just needed the outlet, and you got it.
I just needed the confidence and the decision in my head to do it, and I did it exactly.
Now, the first time you heard it the whole way through, was it exactly what you thought it would come? Was it what you wanted, or did it?
Yeah, I mean, of course, it's more about the process. I'm definitely a process person and not an end result person. So it's just every step upon every step. Just it is what I wanted it to be. 100%. Yes.
This is now Norma, who's 28. Norma.
Yeah, I have a question. I'm with a woman, and she's 36, and I'm having a lot of sexual issues with her. I told her when I met her that I like having a lot of sex. I'm a sex addict.
Were you sexually abused growing up?
What was that?
Were you sexually abused growing up?
Yeah, I was messed with by a lot of guys and stuff. And
it's a real common cause of sexual addiction. Well, in fact, it's a necessary cause. If somebody's really going to be sexually addicted, there's always a sexual trauma history back there. And then, another thing that sort of clued me into that is that you have sort of a sexual identity question. Are you definitely lesbian, or are you bisexual?
I was married to a man for 11 years.
Right, and that again is the other thing that comes from sexual traumas. All right, and you're a lesbian girlfriend. What's happening with her?
Well, she had also an issue in her past that makes her not really want to have sex.
Well, one of the dirty little secrets about lesbian couples that is rarely talked about is that after the first 6 months, most, and not all, but many, and I've come to understand most lesbian couples generally stop having sex. They start getting into the more cuddling, intimate, physical part of it.
That's what I figured that. I don't know why. I was watching, I saw something on TV and I figured that.
Because they don't have the man around who's thinking about sex every 6 seconds or whatever it is.
Without the penis,
it's always been with me as well. With when I was married to, my ex, is
that he would complain that I wanted it all the time. And towards the end of our relationship, he became impotent for over a year.
Yeah.
Which really frustrated me. I've always been interested in women, and I was very upfront and honest with her when I met her, telling her
I understand you're a sex addict, but the fact is that most lesbian couples that are stable sort of taper down on the sex. So your girlfriend, you're more the abnormal one in this kind of relationship. How about dealing with the sexual addiction a little bit?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I even tried touching her breast, and she don't like her breast.
Norma.
Yeah, I think it's more about you than her.
Let's focus on your sexual addiction.
Earth to Norma.
Anytime you have a problem with another, the first thing you should do is look at yourself. When you're blaming somebody else for something that's not that's wrong for you, means that there's something wrong in you.
12-step essay. Take a good look at this. But what about women and sexuality? Because you guys have not really showered me with your estrogen tonight. I mean, this is an opportunity for this show to go that direction. Because normally it's a lot of testosterone.
Yes, it's my favorite topic, actually, to talk about the unknown desires of women.
Why? This is the thing that bothers me most.
Yes.
Why don't women write about it and talk about it? Why do they pretend?
Because I've been discouraged for hundreds and hundreds of years.
No. But all they write about is how they need to be like a 17-year-old male, which is not how women are.
No, I think,
You read every magazine, on the cover of every women's magazine, it's how to be a 17-year-old male, or that I am a 17-year-old male.
But that's
why aren't you a 17-year-old male?
That's a new wave of weird post-feminism.
But that's been going on for years.
Right, the last 10 years. Is
why
it's
not?
The post-feminist, weird, horrible Sex in the City sexuality of the, I just want to get off. I just need to...
Why can't women talk about what it really actually is to be a woman?
It's terrifying. For men, what we want is very profound and very complex. Just like you were saying,
It could be
it's
even
an emotional thing. It's a spiritual thing. It's a physical thing, all wrapped in one. And people would get terrified if we talked. Well, men would get terrified if we talked.
I don't think so. Men are. We raise our men now to believe. And believe me, all men think, and I was raised with this crap too, which is women, same as men. They want the same thing, same priority, same everything. Therefore, however my brain is working, what I want is what a woman wants. And if it's anything different, now I'm confused. Now
most
I am
smart
confused.
guys know that's not true. But
our culture has indoctrinated men to that
yes.
BS.
Have you ever read Anais Nin?
No.
Any person out there, she's the female counterpart to Henry Miller, who totally, revolutionized.
What's her name again?
Anais Nin. She was, Henry Miller, of course.
I will bring you literature.
Please.
Spy in the House of Love. She, and this is in the 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s. She wrote essays for Playgirl in the 70s. You can buy books of her essays.
Playgirl's male homosexual porn, though. That's the thing. And again, that defies the reality of what women are. That women are not visual that way. That they're much more complex. They use both sides of their brain.
It's complex.
And by the way, arousal and desire disconnected in the woman. For a man, as soon as there's arousal, there's desire. They're connected biologically.
The way that I am, because we're all very different. Women can be different too. I am
very different.
Yeah,
and you different day to day.
Yeah, me different day to day.
Completely different.
Yeah, completely, and that's okay.
That's what freaks guys out more than anything. So why can't you just? Why don't you stop reading Cosmo and start reading a new magazine that discusses what it actually is to be a female human being?
Yeah, we're gonna have to come up with. And I don't touch Cosmo.
Wait a second. There aren't that many out there. The whole thing is that in the last 20 years, maybe women have been given outlets. I mean, women had to have fake names and pretend they were men 50 years ago, 100 years ago to talk about.
It's all done.
Okay.
It's all over.
The point is that there aren't that many good examples, and then the extreme feminism of the 60s and 70s got everyone all confused.
Yes.
And
okay, let's. We all agree. Now let's get on with it.
Now we're doing it.
Well, where?
On my record.
Okay.
My favorite conversations I have with the women who bought this record are 19-year-old girls asking me about the sexual content of that record.
Let's create a magazine around that next.
Absolutely.
Because women have nowhere to go
of it. I'm
that
here
empowers women to be
sexual.
A woman.
Yes, and to be unashamed of the fact that there's this very complex, very intense sexual desire aspect to us that we don't know how to ask for.
Here's the thing about it freaks men out is that the whole experience of receptivity. We don't understand what that means.
You don't really.
Yes. So you can have sex and not have an orgasm, and that's okay.
Yeah.
Huh?
No,
There's more to it
We're
than
very
that.
different.
Whoa, stop. I'm confused already. Impossible.
No,
it's like the unknown. It's like imagining infinity, outer space. You don't understand it. You can't understand it.
I can't. Okay.
You can't use your linear brain. It is very abstract and big. Yes.
And why can't we raise men to cherish that and to be completely
we will.
in awe
The new
of that?
generations of men, I think.
Yeah, it's
are.
maybe it's our
You talk to these
responsibility.
jack-offs we're talking to on LoveLine.
Right.
I don't know that you're going to be convinced that we're raising that new
Can I
generation
say
of
for the
men,
record,
please.
Doc, I am extremely comfortable with talking about sex, with my sexuality. I love it. You crave it all the time, all kinds.
Crave talking about it.
I crave talking. I love talking about it, but the only place that I found that I've been able to talk about it would be, let's say, here at work with the guys.
That's my point.
I know. I understand.
Why don't women empower one another? You're
No,
you're
and
so
now I feel
competitive
like-
with each other.
No, it's not that.
The double
She's probably
standard,
not.
the double standard that people complain about. You know when that's studied sociologically, initiated by men, sustained by women.
Right.
If you don't like the double standard, ladies, drop it. Men are happy.
We need your help a little bit too on that.
Men are
one, but
happy
it's
to
a
date women
50-50,
that,
yeah.
that like sex and have sex with lots of guys. They're happy, but their girlfriend, the girls who are friends, will not hear that.
Are the ones
Gentlemen,
calling you.
hey, stay away from her. She's a hoe. Stay away. She's
So
bad.
do you think
Dangerous.
it's- but
Wild
do you
and
think
bad
it's-
on the loose. Be careful.
But men are not that comfortable going out
no.
with or sleeping with a girl. That
Yes, they are.
Really?
Yes. They may not want to marry. They may have some issues. Some guys, most drop it immediately. They make note of it, and then they're over it. That's it.
No, but
It's
what
their
about
female friends that sustain it.
the double standing of the virgin whore complex thing, and the man that is terrified, is excited about the sexual possibilities of the woman who's had adventures and who knows what she likes and who knows what she can offer, but then at the same time is very intimidated by her sexual history. That guy's
rather rare.
What?
That guy's rather rare.
What?
That, I don't know how many guys you've dated, but I don't agree. Men are very,
All right, we'll talk to
maybe,
you guys.
yeah.
All right, let's ask
See what happens.
Robert from Chino. Robert.
Yes.
We're going to ask you a question. Go ahead. Go ahead, Melissa.
Yes,
Ask it.
I was wondering.
Hold on. We have your question for you. Hold
We
on.
have a question
We're gonna
for
get back
you.
to your question in a
How
second.
old are you?
He's 22.
I'll be 22 next week.
Do you ever date women that have had a more extensive sexual history than your own?
No, I've not.
You've not done that. Would you avoid
Would you
that?
be intimidated by that?
Not that I'm intimidated. It's just.
Would it be a turnoff at all?
I'm sorry?
Would it be a turnoff to know that the girl you're dating or the woman you're dating, has had very many partners or just considerably more than you?
I wouldn't really be bugged by it. But
Okay, hold on. Let's go to Alan. Alan,
There was an Did you hear the
he wouldn't be bugged by it. Alan.
Hello.
20. Hey, Alan, have you ever dated a girl that's sort of more extensive sexual history than your own?
Yes, I have.
Does that bother you?
Not really.
Okay, thank you. Okay, that's 100%.
Not really, and don't be bothered by it.
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, the point is, guys go, ooh, they make note, and all right, whatever. You're having sex
Okay.
with me, it's fine. You say you love me, you're just with me, fantastic.
Maybe that part doesn't bother me, but then it gets more complicated. Let's say
Men,
when you get into the marriage part and the serious relationship,
Well, that's
men
different.
have a problem.
Men
yeah.
can't. Some men do.
Yeah, some men have a problem
Some men
with
don't.
accepting that.
Yeah, some men do, some men don't.
Okay.
Men.
Oh, he's standing up now.
We gotta go to break. But the reality is, here's the thing about men. I will come to their defense on this one area.
Yeah.
They aim to please.
Yeah.
We're not bad. We're just lame. Lame as hell. But
Okay.
if we understood things more, if you would help us sort of understand, be more honest.
Oh, I try.
Well, I bet the guys appreciate that.
I think we need to both meet halfway. I really do.
Well, we're gonna meet halfway in the hall here during the
All
break
right,
because right now
perfect.
it's LoveLine 1-800-LOVE-191. Adam Carolla is on his hairy ass after a hernia operation. Nicole Alvarez is here, and we are being estrogenized this evening. We're going to really get into more discussions about women's sexuality, and how women experience themselves. This is something we don't have a chance to do when Adam's here spraying his testosterone all over the room. So we'll be back with LoveLine after this.
Hello, this is your radio. LoveLine will be right back.
Drew. Yeah. What are women most attracted to?
Confident guys.
That's right. You can't buy that confidence. At least you couldn't until now.
What do we got?
You got Axe deodorant body spray.
Oh my God.
Spray that on, it's like slathering on the confidence.
We are back to LoveLine. You just pointed out. I'm so excited. I'm looking at Dr. Drew like, lead me. But you know what? I could do this too, can I? I do this every day. not LoveLine, but as far as
it's your job, you do this.
Yeah, I was. I was a little nervous. I didn't know what to expect, but this is a pleasant surprise, especially now that we are indulging with Melissa Auf Der Maur and you, Dr. Drew, and myself. I'm Nicole Alvarez, in for Adam, who's, well, you know what he is. He's laid up on his hairy ass. But we're infusing estrogen into the room. So Dr. Drew wanted us to kind of discuss. I'm going to let you take it from here.
I'm just very interested in this. I don't think it's talked
Little
about
does
in an
Adam
honest
know that
way.
he's missing out on these.
This is his worst nightmare.
But it's not exciting to him to think about talking about female sexuality.
He's dismissive of it. Yeah, he may be threatened by it or something. I'm fascinated by that, and I'm angered by things like, as you say, Sex in the City sort of flying as the stamp of what it is to be sexual.
To be sexually female. No. I mean, but that is also just a result of that weird feminist thing that happened in the 60s and 70s, but then back then, hate men because of women. Yeah, it's all too extreme, too black and white, and the woman
I am very interested in what's real.
Yes.
And I'm offended by things that aren't.
Right.
So ask us some questions.
Well, let's have the callers.
Yeah, let's ask
get back
some
to
questions.
Robert is 22.
Yes, I was wondering, every time I'm with my fiance and we engage in sexual encounters and stuff, I'm always having premature ejaculation. And
What's premature? What's premature?
I'm sorry?
What do you mean by premature?
Every time I have sex, like within the matter of a minute or two, I go.
Any way you can prolong it at all?
Well, I've gone to a urologist.
Yeah.
And the thing is, my urologist prescribed me Zoloft and Cialis.
Did it work?
And well, I tried the Zoloft and then I tried the Cialis. He told me to take it within an hour of each other.
Yeah.
And like the first time I did it, I was able to last a while, but that was it. Like after that, it went back to like a minute or two. And the thing is that my fiance, she tells me that, she has no problem with it. As long as she gets to orgasm, that's all that matters.
Very often, and she orgasms in 2 minutes? Or you mean you give her oral sex?
Well, we do a lot of foreplay before that. But the thing is, I want to be able to.
Yeah, I know you want to, but the reality is that sexual dysfunction of this sort is really defined by the couple, not by what you want necessarily. And the fact that you're not satisfied is one thing, but she is, and she's not complaining. And so
well, the thing is that I'm happy that she's happy. It's that I want to be able to try new things besides that. And by the time I want to, I've already gone.
What does that mean?
Like, I just want to try different like sexual positions and stuff.
And with Cialis, you're unable to sustain an erection even after orgasm?
Yeah, and like the doctor.
How much Cialis are you taking? What dose?
The doctor gave me 50 milligrams.
50?
Yeah.
That's not Cialis. You mean Zoloft is 50. What's your Cialis dose?
Oh, I'm sorry. The Cialis is 20.
All right. Well, you might try Levitra, which is shorter acting. You might be able to boost the dose up a little bit. And Cialis can take a while to get going. But you just want to have an erection around to kind of do stuff with and to your girlfriend. She's not really interested in doing that. See, I know Melissa needs a guy that goes a while. She no, because every time a guy goes a minute, she looks up like, ooh.
This is not good.
No, I'm actually feeling for them. I was more feeling for the guy.
Well, I saw the pain on your face anyway, either way.
But premature ejaculation is just a physical.
It's just him, yeah. It's just his
and
clock.
You can't cure those. You can't do anything.
The treatment he got is actually a pretty good effort at treating him. But the other thing you do is you can masturbate a couple times beforehand, sort of just get everything out of his pipes.
That's a good idea.
And the point is, it's something that needs to be worked out as a couple. I think it's too much looked at as something that is the problem.
Right.
Yeah, and this isn't a couple problem here because she's fine. She's like, hey, she's probably angry that he's so anxious about this. Just like, cut it out, dude. Just relax. It's fine.
Talk to each other.
Right now, this is an opportunity to talk about the female thing because guys are like, well, wait a minute. This can't be good. This can't be
just
enough
like
for
the
you.
length and the size, or even though that sounds like the same thing, but but it really isn't important to
some women
the girl.
it is. Some women it is. Sometimes, occasionally, I don't know. Occasionally, hear women that do it is an issue. Then I can't figure out
the length thing.
Just the feeling more filled up, I think, is what they want. They want to feel sort of uncomfortably filled
There's
up.
a lot more that can be done.
What is that? What is that size thing?
I don't know.
What do you mean? What is the size thing?
Who are the women
what's the problem?
Yeah, when women do have a size thing, what does that mean about them?
No, I think what it is it's more reverse, is that you want your man to be very, very confident, and the insecurity that can come from a man's
Well, that's what I'm
shame
saying.
of small
That's
things.
what I'm saying.
It's back to
With
shame
this
again.
This Robert, she's probably pissed off at him for
That
being
he's,
anxious
like,
about. He's freaking out about
not being confident.
It's not just not.
That's the only time that it's not attractive. The size, I swear, it doesn't matter unless it comes along with an insecurity.
No, but if you stand behind it with conviction, however small it is, it could be the most attractive thing. It's this confidence thing. Really, no. The size. I know women whose size.
Get behind your penis.
Get behind your penis with conviction, however small it is. No, and she's right.
And the intercourse is really not the main and end goal to most women.
Well, but about 10% of women though have orgasm only with intercourse, and they tend to be multi-orgasmic.
But the majority are non-intercourse.
Right, they have oral sex, direct stimulation, that kind of thing. Well, I'm sorry to say we're running out of time. We're just
more women in sex
stuff. We'll do a real quick one here. Is Alan, who's 20. Alan?
Hello.
Hey.
I started dating a girl. She was the first girl I've ever gotten a relationship into. I started dating her around last October.
Yeah.
And I was a virgin. And I lost my virginity to her around December.
Yeah.
And from then we started having sex about twice a week. And it went like that for about 2 months.
The question is?
Well, after that, she started talking about kids and marriage and all that kind of stuff. And now it's just pretty much found out that I was just physically involved, and I didn't really, care about any of that.
And the question is?
Well, every time I think about sex, or any time like a woman shows romantic interest in me, I'm really, really, really turned off by it. I don't know. I'm just really repulsed. And I was just wondering if that like might mandate therapy, or if
it wouldn't be a bad idea. There's all kinds of reasons that guys get that way. They sort of, it's ultimately underlying all of it is a castration anxiety. They're fearful that the woman's going to abscond with something, that she's going to I'm going to be swept into or consumed by something out of her desire, and the one thing she's going to certainly abscond with is my genitalia, and that's sort of underneath all that.
But do you think you're repulsed by the emotional wanting, needing things?
We don't have time. Yeah, it's ultimately just whatever he loses control and doesn't like that, but that's not a healthy thing, because the reality is you can maintain a healthy distance from another person, not be subsumed or consumed by them, and still be intimate and still know who you are and still have a separate self. And so, if you can't maintain a healthy relationship and healthy boundaries, yes, that is time for therapy. LoveLine, we'll be back in just a second.
All right, guys, here's the deal. Dateline. You're looking to hook up, sick of wasting time with the wrong person?
Dateline. One call's all you need to make.
Call the Dateline. 877-889-DATE.
Call the Dateline. Oh, yeah! Everybody now.
LoveLine will be right back.
This hour brought to you in part by Axe. Experience the Axe effect.
Well, thank you, ladies. It has been an enlightening, enriching, and interesting, exciting experience here.
Thank you, Dr. Drew, for opening your mind and your interest to the question.
Is always open. I love to. There's a billion more questions.
So thank you for the curiosity. Like, you really want to get to know what it is that...
I'm angry that women are not understood more realistically.
Well, so are we, so we have that in common.
And we kind of started talking about this earlier, where I was saying that I get sort of outraged when people don't accept their reality, and I don't like not reality. Right? I'm offended by unreal.
Yeah, right. Not being honest with yourself is the most disgusting quality.
About being a human and what it is to be a human, whether it be male or female. So, Nicole, thank you for making it a pleasurable evening.
Thank you, Dr. Drew.
Melissa,
thank you very much for having me.
The album by the same name, yes, Auf Der Maur.
Absolutely.
It's phenomenal. Engineer Anderson has requested it. Had Junior at
LoveLine producer Lauren.
Run in here and make sure that we got him a CD, which is a remarkable endorsement.
Well, thank you very much.
Allegedly, Adam's going to try to come back in here tomorrow night, which I think would be ridiculous.
I think it's going to be fun as hell to listen to him.
Let the bum heal.
No way will he be here. And we do not have a guest, so whoever's in here with me will be the love that evolves between us. Hopefully, Nicole, you'll be here with me.
Yeah, we can discuss some more female issues.
More female stuff. Yeah. And until that time, this is Dr. Drew on behalf of Adam Carolla saying, who's not here, and
Mahala.
Nicole and Melissa saying, mahalo.
My balls hurt, they'll never heal.
This has been LoveLine.
The opinions expressed on this show are not necessarily those of the staff, management, sponsors, or this station. The producer for LoveLine is Ann Ingold. LoveLine is a presentation of Westwood One Entertainment.